joining. Okay, well, today is the day that we fill the rebuilt pond, or not really rebuilt yet. Fill it up, obviously put the tarp in, but then fill it up with water, and then hopefully we'll be able to see what all those ledges I did last video actually will look like. They've held up pretty well. We've had like a few little rainstorms since then, and everything, I mean, doesn't look as good as whenever I just built it, but everything, just the like virtual little structure of it, held up pretty well. So I'm pretty sure that all this stuff is pretty nicely packed in, and it's pretty much currently ready to throw in that massive 20 by 20 tarp. Ooh. Pop this sucker open just like that. Put all this up there for now, and yeah, I guess actually before I lay it in here, I'm going to bring it up there and sort of flatten it out, and then carry it over once it's all unfolded and lay it into here and sort of shape where I want it to go. So, go! Okay, well, there she is. It took quite a while to get it you know, all flattened out. Luckily today isn't that windy, because if it was any windier, if this thing catches the wind, there's no stopping it, and it'll be way up there in a matter of seconds. But yeah, this is the exact same tarp as that one that used to be in this pond, so I'm hoping all the dimensions are correct and it will fit perfectly. But yeah, it's 20 by 20 exact square. Like, let's just walk down this. I mean, these are like my normal strides, and that was like 20 of them. Same going that way, same going that way, same going that way. And so yeah, this thing is pretty gigantic. So I guess, I feel like I'm doing this too quickly, but I guess I go ahead and lay it out in here. What is that? I tried to turn on the faucet to the hose to start filling up the pond, but it actually didn't turn on, and then I realized like all the faucets like do nothing. So I'm pretty sure this happened last year actually, whenever I was filling up the pond. But yeah, I mainly just started filming this because that guy I actually just caught and put him on my nose, and he never got off, but now he's off. But yeah, anyways, go, be free. I have to figure out how to actually turn on where the water like is coming off, and I think it's something to do with this. Okay, well, I figured out how to turn on the water. So we are going to begin filling the big pond up for like the first time in like 6 months. So so cue another time lapse / montage. Okay, well, I've been sitting here for like 30 minutes just waiting for this to fill up. Like literally just sitting there watching it. And well, it hasn't really gotten anywhere at all. It still has like 4 feet to rise, and it's only gotten like 6 inches deep in the deepest part. So I think I'm gonna go sort of off topic for this video. And even though a lot of y'all like only like these pond videos, I'm gonna go fishing. I have some time to waste here. I'll probably risk like at least 25 minutes, then I wanna come back and make sure that doesn't overfill or erode a bunch of holes underneath the tarp. But yeah, it's spring. Hopefully the fish are spawning in our pond, but we're about to go find out if those big pregnant mamas are biting. Oh, caught one. Well, it took me about an hour and a half to do it, but that's about how long the pond is taking to fill up. Not bad, but well, not too good. I mean, honestly, that fish is absolutely tiny, but that was just on a little weightless black fluke. Great bait for whenever these little dinks are spawning in the shallow water. I'll probably catch a few more and then go check on the pond. Another one. And another one. And we're back down at the pond. It is no joke been over an hour, and this thing still has probably halfway to rise. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna keep checking this every, like, I don't know, 25, 30 minutes, and I'll get back with y'all whenever it's actually like up to the top, because it's still got quite a ways to go. Okay, so it is actually the next day. This thing took so long to fill up. By the time it was actually all the way, or just about full, it was already like pitch dark, so I didn't bother filming it. And actually, believe it or not, right over here is I'm pretty sure the lowest part, and my hand is right there. And if I bring it out, it's still got a couple inches it could actually fill up, but I'm gonna leave it like this because it takes so long to fill up this massive thing. And as you can see, luckily everywhere like fit perfectly. Over here, obviously we got plenty of room, but across, since this is like 18 feet long and this tarp is 20 feet by 20 feet, there's just barely enough room for this to fit. Maybe like 4 inches right there, opposed to over there it's like 6 feet. But it's just enough, so I'm gonna grab some scissors and start cutting all the excess tarp off. And then just grabbing rocks around here, maybe run down, because on the side of the road there are a bunch of cool like river stones right there not being used for anything. And I'm just gonna try to make this sort of temporarily just to make it stay down, but start to actually sort of do the landscaping along the side of the pond. You good? Okay, well, that is quite the difference from what we had probably like 2 or 3 hours ago. And, well, as you can see, I obviously got all the rocks I could find, which took a long time. That took most of the time, just finding these rocks, and placed them surrounding the entire pond, and obviously cut all the excess off. And we just have, like, you know, a little bit of that, a little bit of all that stuff, which will be either cut off or covered up by gravel in the future. But for now, that is actually looking very good. I mean, not great. I mean, honestly, it looks horrible, because I mean, there's just like random different size like rocks, like pretty ones. I mean, that one's just like a piece of concrete I found in the woods. So it's not great, but I really don't care what it looks like, as long as it's nice for the fish, which it will be. I mean, just look, you can see all those ledges pretty well. I mean, the camera doesn't pick it up very good, but you see there's one there, there's that one that runs all the way over there, drops down this ledge, and then there's another ledge, drops up, another ledge comes up, and yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good. And I think once you have structure, plants, obviously the water isn't going to look like this for long. I'm going to dechlorinate it and everything. That looks pretty good. And also, whenever I was just laying the rocks around, I decided to get some plants, because these are like lamb's ear, I'm pretty sure, that are just like sort of growing all over. And I'm not exactly a master gardener. I mean, I am pretty good. I mean, just like, I mean, come on, just look at that. I mean, it's perfect. Obviously, I'm joking. All these plants that I just ripped out of the ground, like right around there, and then shoved back into the ground are probably gonna die in the next few days, but I really don't care. Like I said, I don't really care what it looks like. I'm gonna try to make it look good, obviously. Like, I'm not gonna leave all this stuff showing. I'm gonna put probably like 400 like bucks worth of gravel all around that. That stuff is very expensive, and then obviously put a lot more like plants and ferns and stuff around there. And eventually I'm probably gonna put like a solar waterfall thing. I have an idea for that, like probably right in that corner sitting on that shelf or something. But that's all to come in the future. But for now, all I really need to finish doing today is cut off a little bit more of that stuff. I'll still leave a little bit to throw the gravel on top of, so the gravel doesn't just like sink into the ground and look like all that stuff right there. But pretty much all we have left to do until this thing is completely ready for turtles, fish, everything, is obviously put structure in it, put plants in it, put plants around the pond, put structure in there for the turtles to sort of bask up on, and also build a fence. I was looking at Lowe's actually earlier today at options for building a fence. I think I'm gonna get like 22 by 4s and sort of put one on top of the other and surround this whole thing so turtles and, you know, box turtles and tortoises won't be able to get out, and they can also swim around there freely. My goal for this pond is to make it like as natural of an ecosystem as possible. So I want to have one big bass, maybe one big bluegill, but then other than that have a bunch of like smaller bass, a bunch of smaller bluegill, obviously all kinds of minnows and bait, maybe throw a few like guppies in there just to look cool, and turtles, everything that would be actually in a natural pond, but it's gonna be right here. So hopefully I can get to all that stuff this summer, but I think I'm just gonna cut all that stuff off video and in this video right here. I hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to a lot more things to come with this pond. And of course, we still got like 4 other ponds we got to deal with, so hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one.